My name is Marty, and along with my wife Patty and 7 board members, we founded Whisper Mountain Ministries in 2003. They've all come alongside us. Patty has a dual role where she does a lot of office work. She likes to call herself the chaos coordinator. And then she also does the cooking for the camp and does a great job at that. And then Cassie and Sean have come alongside us. Cassie's my daughter, and Sean's my son-in-law, of course, and they are a vital part of the ministry, where we not only want to have a place for middle school and high school students to come, but we really want to invest in our summer staff that we hire as they come here this summer and even after they leave, and just invest in their lives. I guess for 20, 30 years, there's always kind of the back of my heart of being involved in a camp ministry. It's just a powerful event, it's a powerful week, it's a powerful weekend, and kids really do make some great decisions for the Lord that last for the rest of their lives. And so I always come back and I talk to my friends, I'd like to do this the rest of my life, it'd be great to do this. And I had a few friends that were seriously saying, put up or shut up. And so Patty and I decided, okay, what happens if we're supposed to be doing something different? And so Patty and I prayed and fasted for a week and asked God to tell us, are we to step out and try to start a youth camp? And so we prayed, we fasted, and we wrote our agreement was we'd write each other a letter and then tell what we felt God was telling us we should do. And both of our letters said we need to try to do this if we feel like God is trying to lead us to do this. So we did. In 2003, I asked 7 guys to join us on the board to consider it. And during that time, I said, guys, this is what I want to do. I said, I want to pray for free land. And that's our first prayer request. March 2003, we formed the board. I did not realize that God was going to move so slow in my life. What took for eternity to me was 3 years. Looked at over 60 properties. 3 years went by. We contracted 3 different properties, and all 3 properties eventually fell through on a contract. So we keep looking for property. Sean and Cassie are living in Charlotte, and my granddaughter Kinsley's 6th birthday was approaching, and so we drove up to Charlotte to wish her a happy birthday. On the way back, I get a phone call from a man named Jerry. Jerry calls me up and says, how's that camp property search going? And I said, oh, it's going great. Little did you know that the last contract fell through. I sold my house, everything's just falling apart, and I was miserable. 2 weeks later, I met with Jerry. Jerry went through the whole list of all the assets and how big the property was and the supposed value at that time, 1.5 or 1.6 million. But he says, our board has decided we'd like to gift it to Whisper Mountain. And so our very first prayer request as a ministry to God was, God, would you give us free land? And even though in 3 years I tried to take the steering wheel from Jesus and go get those contracts, he made something fall apart in each one of them, and God allowed us to get our free land, 130 acres surrounded by national forests in beautiful western North Carolina. And so when we're looking at all these properties, 60 properties, there was one time I was by myself and went and looked at this property, and I'm in the motel room, couldn't sleep, I'm frustrated. I was just saying, God, where are you? I made a commitment to him. I said, if only one kid comes to Christ, I'll do it. And it's just like, right after that, 2 weeks later, we're going to Charlotte. I get the phone call. all these things started just snowballing. And God gave us the land that we asked for free. God's faithfulness showed up every time. We've had so many people come along this ministry by buying materials, volunteering their time, giving their gifts, times, their talents. And without them, we couldn't have it. God kind of gave me a vision and a desire for a camp that's to middle school and high school students where they can escape and have an opportunity to hear the whisper of God.
So I think people should come to Whisper Mountain because it's just a great place to make new friends and grow spiritually. There's great leaders, all the counselors are amazing, and they'll keep in touch with you throughout the year, see how you're doing, and you'll just continue to grow and blossom in your faith.
And so that's what God's given us here at Whisper Mountain in Robbinsville, North Carolina. 130 acres, it's great. We can be as loud as we want, we can be as quiet as we want. And we try to preach Colossians 1:28, and we proclaim Him, being Jesus, teaching and admonishing everyone with all wisdom, that we may present them perfect in Christ. And so God gives us the opportunity to do that each summer with middle school and high school students.
Escape the noise, encounter the whisper.